Hello guys, hello, good morning. Today I'm in a very different location, but in the same house. Anyway, my people, how are you? How is your morning? How is your evening? How is your night? How is your whatever time it is on your area in this world, or your location or your country? So guys, today nimekuja na true crime video, and guys, I am a true fan of true crime videos. Like, I love true crime videos. Though I would really love to cover African, not really African, but Kenyan stories. But it's very hard to find a Kenyan story that has been really elaborated for you to really know what actually happened. But where hizi stories are states, stories are yani just huko fast inaitangwaje like in Africa we are called third world countries. I don't know how they call those words, but these people do crimes and they can actually tell you what they did, and it's fascinating just how open they get to be, literally just saying I don't know if it is us Kenyans or Africans who don't have the police, or who don't have the skills to teach our police on how to interrogate so that they can pour out everything they did or they have done. I really don't know, but those people can talk. It's like a chatterbox. They are, oh, anyway, guys. This is the story of Isaiah Torres. Mshawahi msikia nyi watu? Like, nilisikia hii story and I was like, we, 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 it's too much. It's too much. So this boy had parents who's, now let's talk about Isaiah Torres. Na sitawambia story mob, alienda wapi, shule alifanya nini, no. I just tell you exactly what happened on this particular day that led to this little boy's death. Such a handsome little boy who any life yake ilikuwa cut off at 6 years old. So Isaiah Torres' parents went by Mauricio Torres, and the mother was called Lynn Torres. And these parents seemed like to have previous relationships where their kids were involved, and then they were taken by DHS. These are kind of systems in the states that take care of kids whose parents have neglected them and everything. So they kind of left the area they used to live. Sitaki kuambia areas pia, si ni kama hatujui hizo areas sisi. So even if I tell you the area, we don't know, as we just want to understand what really happened. You understand? So they came out from that area that they were, where they were really, tasemaje, where they were branded as evil people, because apparently there was a lot of rape, a lot of child abuse, a lot of neglect. There was a lot going on until those kids were taken away from them. Apparently they were married before. Kids were taken away from them. Then they came together. Then again they found themselves in hot soup. Then they moved from that area. Then they came to where now this story of Isaiah Torres is. And I feel like some people wanafaa tu wadungwe shindano wasiwaiza, because if you actually have been mistreating your kids 2 times previously in your previous relationship, alafu tena ukuje kuna tena ingine huku sijui umefanya aje, then you moved. So on this particular day, which was on March of 29th of 2015, Lynn Torres, this woman who's now the mother, apparently, let me tell you first, Isaiah Torres had 2 other siblings back at home who went by the name Madison and Mackenzie, and one of them was his twin, who was a girl. And I think it's Madison, because we are not really sure between Madison and Mackenzie who is the girl here, but Madison and Mackenzie were his siblings, and one of them who was the girl now was the twin. Sasa on this particular day, the mother, Lynn Torres, calls 911 saying that mtoto breathe, who was now Hosea Torres. Breathe. And I love the way the state is always alert on anything going on. It's see kama sisi hapa Kenya, where if you call an ambulance, it will come ages later when maybe you could have saved a life. You find the person has died and everything. And we are not that efficient when it comes to emergency. So 911 pap arrived mbio nini, taking the child. They find the father busy, resuscitating, CPR, whatever. Yani mtoto na what's happening, nini, wanakimbia wanachukua mtoto ni sasa. Kugeuza mtoto, the child is full of bruises everywhere. So people are like, these first responders are like, people, wait, no, this one is not an accident, neither is it something that just happened. That some abuse is going on here, people. And some abuse was going on there. So they take this child to the ambulance. So before they like took the child to the hospital and everything, they went to an hospital that went by the name Mercy. Remember, I'm trying to give you details on this particular day alone, and where necessary I'll tell you backstories kidogo tu, so that you understand why we are here in the first place. So they call the police first to come, so that they can ascertain exactly what the fuck is this. Why is this child having bruises all over his body? Remember, he is a 6-year-old boy. A 6-year-old boy already knows that nikiruka hivi nitaanguka, nikipanda hivi nitaanguka, nikikula hivi nitachomeka. It's not that he is a child, but not that child. You understand? It's not an infant who is oblivious to pain, oblivious to some kind of danger. You understand? So guys, this lady, let me tell you, like, when they are going to the hospital now, they have called the police. The police arrives when the ambulance is leaving. So this police decides to follow the ambulance to the hospital. In this ambulance, they're trying to resuscitate, bring back life, because this child actually is not breathing, but he's not yet dead, that's for sure. But he's not breathing. Sema tu cardiac arrest somehow. They reach the hospital. They're trying to do everything they can. They're trying to do scans, trying to, like, it's an emergency. This is the kind of cases, yani ukifika hivi OC, kama ulikuwa umeenda unaumwa na kichwa unachenishwa hapo, and all doctors are running to save a life. And I applaud doctors. They are the best thing that has happened to us. The good doctors. There are some stupid doctors out there, that's for sure. Now guys, wanna try, and the doctor was like, why is this child in so many, like, it is said that this boy had 34 fractures on his head, 60 bruises on his back. Hey, just, I don't know, like, I have a 6-year-old back, and my back are two different things. This is a very small back. For it to accommodate 60 bruises, I don't think there's a skin that had remained. Yani kuna tu mali libaki haina bruise. It was everywhere. I can tell you, the back was full, just blood. If it's 60, how? So now they do MRI, everything is like just trying to scan the inner part of the body to really understand what the fuck is going on here. So they found out that this boy had blood in his rectum. Sijui kama understand rectum ni nini. We'll get to that part. They find blood in his rectum. Hey. And the doctors were like, mtoto anatoa wapi blood kwa rectum? Where? It is not, it's like you finding blood in your eyes. It's not something that you find every day. It's not you can't bleed from your eyes. It is the same way they were saying that for someone to bleed from the rectum, hey, something sinister, something very, very sinister had happened. That's what they were saying. Something very sinister had happened for this boy to suffer such pain, because it has to be very, very, very acute pain for this person to actually bleed in the rectum. Anyway, what is the rectum? Is it not the big intestines? If I'm not wrong, comment hapo niambie kama I'm wrong, because pia shule was ages back. So guys, the doctors are trying to understand, the police is trying to understand. So the police go back home to go and understand what's up with this child. Ni nini inafanyikia mtoto? So when they went back to the family was like, oh, we went camping the other day, and the whole family left. We came back. After us coming back, the whole Hosea was complaining of stomachache, and when we got home, he just came, took a shower, went to bed. He was still complaining of his tummy, so I made him some tea, some green tea, and I gave him some medication, and he slept off. That's the story that woman gave. And they went into search in this house. Walienda like kusearch nyumba if there's something that could help them really understand, because the story of this Lynn Torres was not really adding up. Haikuwa ina add up. Like, mtoto kama anaumwa na tumbo, si mtoto wako peke yake. Watoto wanaumwa tumbo every day, but they don't bleed for the rectum. That's for sure. They don't do that. So waliingia kwa nyumba, and guess what, guys? The bedroom, the master bedroom that this parent had said that hiyo ati hapo ndio penye Hosea Torres alikuwa amelala. Hapo kulikuwa na blood split all over the walls. Blood was on the camping mattress, ile mattress walienda kukamp nayo, alafu ilikuwa flipped over. So it means they were trying to hide something. And a 9-year-old girl who I think the sister now at 9 years, like when she got to 9 years later, she started telling now the story how it went. But before we get there, all this time, like, they're searching, they're understanding everything and all that, but wakashikwa, wakapelekwa ndani, wakaseparatiwa for interrogation. Kuseparatiwa for interrogation, the same sisi tulienda camping, mtoto akaanza kucomplain tumbo venye tulifika home, he took medication and slept and everything else. So this boy I remember I told you it was 29th March of 2015. No, 30th March. He went to the emergency room at 11:33. Now at 12:50 something, he died. So now at this point, our Hosea is dead, with so many, like a torturous death. Let us put it that way. So now, guys, so now they are giving different stories, not really different, but they were kind of giving the same. But where there was a twist is the fact that walikuwa nasema that Hosea came home. The mother was saying that he actually took his own shower and took medication and slept. The father is saying Hosea came home akicheza yani akiwa tu sawa, he never complained of any pain, akaingia kwa nyumba, but alioshwa. Now, kumbuka the mother saying akuoshwa, the father saying alioshwa. So any story ilikuwa too much, and I mean, guys, too much. So Hosea died, and now let us get to everything that happened to this boy. Everything that happened to this little boy. Number 1, babake alimuingiza alimuingiza kijiti. Why? That because alikula cake pale kwa camping site. So that is where the pain in the rectum came to manifest from there. Alafu the pain, alafu alikuwa na huyu mbaba alikuwa anapupua anampea anakula. Huyu mbaba alikuwa anasusua anampea anakula. Huyu mbaba alikuwa anamtoa nguo anamfungia kwa cage for almost a month. That is what now the sibling was, the twin was saying. This father could actually pluck teeth, sijui ni kuplug ama ni kuyank, yeah, that's the word, kuyank teeth from his mouth. Can you imagine, people? Yani mtu achukue plus anitoe that pain cannot even compare with the pain of giving birth. Like, this is a 6-year-old boy. Uni mtoto wa 6 years. A child who still cannot even handle an injection, anyway, or a needle or something. So I'm listing for you the things that happened. At a point, it is said that the parents actually poured bleach on him, and he had 2nd-degree burns, and he was treated at a certain hospital. And apparently akienda pale walidanganya what had happened to him, but actually they had poured bleach on him. Bleach ni kama kukumwagia jik, kukumwagia jik kwa mwili. You can imagine, guys, the jik that ukimweka kwa nguo inatani, kama ni nguo ni black inatani into white, or inatanika imeburn. You pour it on a 6-year-old child. My point is, huyu ni mtoto mdogo, bado hata yani kuna pain bado hayuko, body yake haiwezi handle bado. You understand? It's like putting a 6-year-old child to give birth. They can't handle that pain, of course. This is now what I'm trying to tell you. So the teachers in school were complaining that every time he went to school, he always had burns, he always had bruises, he had black eye and everything. And the moment the teachers started reporting to the easy systems zenye nimetoka kuambia, that America has systems where if a child is neglected and anachukuliwa from the family, now the parents decided to homeschool him. Now he wasn't going to school, and apparently watoto wote sasa wako wanaenda shule wanafanywa homeschooling, and I'm wondering who is doing homeschooling first. Ama hiyo homeschooling hufanywa na nani? Because me personally, okay, anyway, this is not about me. So can you imagine a father literally pooping mahali na apatie mtoto wake akule? Ati anakojoa kwa bucket, anachukua suruali, ana dunk ile ikilowa anamwekea kwa kichwa, so it's flowing to his, like he has to open his mouth if flow akunywe. Mtoto aliingizwa kijiti, sijui kwa nini nashinda kusema kidole, like what the fuck is wrong with me? Anaingishwa kijiti, alafu anaambua a frog jump, like squat, hizo you know, you understand what I'm saying? Asipofanya vizuri anaambua ikalie ingie vizuri. Hey, I don't think, like, I've come to realize that not every person, or not every human being deserves to be a parent. I don't know how that thing is really say. I don't know how it really say. What? English. I don't know how it's said. Hebu niambie hapo chini nasemwangu aje. Because this child went through suffering. Alafu ati kwa nyumba alikuwa anashika hizi weights. A 6-year-old, what are you doing with weights? Anashikishwa tu weights akitembea. I never used to eat with the family. Chakula yake ilikuwa tu butter and rice. And other kids used to eat well. Now usifikirie the other kids walikuwa nakula vizuri, they were also treated well. They had their own level of torture. But Hosea had like the worst torture of them all. But the others, at least, they had some level of I don't know, it's the level of parenting or else or what. So I just want to ask you guys, if you are like, what kind of punishment? Because according to this Mauricio, this is the punishment he used to give Hosea. I don't know, he used to give kama hiyo ya kumuingiza kijiti just because he ate cake. Really a 6-year-old child, cake? That's what they love eating. Why did you even bring it to the camp if you knew you didn't want him to eat? Why didn't you put it away? Penye hawezi iona, if you really did not want him to have it. It's not fair actually. So I'm just asking you guys, what kind of punishment do you give to your child, and how far will you go? Mimi mwenyewe I'm a punishment mother. I really punish my kids, but not I can even punish twice a year. Twice a year. But sichapi, ninapiga. Na it's not the kupiga that I want to hurt someone, but anakupiga just to remind you I'm the mother here, and you're not going to show me shit in this house, you know. But not I am your lord, or I am your like you are my subject or something, right? So Mauricio and Lynn Torres walishikwa wote wakapatiwa life imprisonment without any possibility of parole. What do we mean by no possibility of parole? You know, there are some people in the States, there's that idea of if you go to prison and you behave well, you are released. If you go to prison and maybe the president or ana sijui naitwangu aje hiyo excuse watu wenye wako na crime nini sama wakusamea unatoka and everything, but they are not going to get out no matter what. Hata akitaka bio vizuri, akitaka afanye nini, akitaka, yani there's no way they will ever get out of jail. But my main point is here, this person needed an electric chair. This person needed lethal injection. This person needed gas chambers. This person needed a firing squad. In short, I am saying he needed a capital punishment. What do you think, guys? Because man, that guy needed akatokato tu hivi makucha kidogo hivi akufe a slow and a painful death. I hate you, Mauricio. I I hate all those parents. Wow.